live. All right. Let's see if we can share this with some people, because not now. I just want to share this with some people. How do I do that?
That's 0 wrong.
I know I do this for a living. I'm sure I can figure it out.
Is it the little whoosh button? That's usually like means share.
This little one? Oh yeah, it probably is.
Haha.
I didn't even see that.
I have technologied.
Technology, yes.
Big with this. Come big with this. This cake is not alive.
Share that on a few different blogs.
Gonna do black cat.
Yeah.
Black cat. Actually, he's like sleeping adorable.
He's a buddy.
I love that he's actually comfortable enough to sleep around me now.
He's a sweetie buddy. He's a sweetie boy. I love him. I love him so much. All right, I'm making sure that. All right, might as well get started because I didn't tell anybody when this was gonna be. I just said it was gonna happen. So. Not come back with us.
Come back.
Come back with us. Come to Indiana, where apparently you'll be
Back
excited by the greenery.
Okay. All the Californians will understand. They will understand because there is just no real proper greenery anywhere like south of Fresno.
Well, we don't have any viewers, but that's okay. It's also because I didn't tell anybody when exactly this was going to be.
We didn't
really
know when this was going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fight this box. I'm fighting a box of cake. It's extra moist. Extra moist. I don't know why people don't like that word.
I don't like that word.
Why not?
It's gross.
It's just a word.
Ugh, moist. No. Nothing's allowed to be moist. Ugh.
Well, some things need to be in order to work properly.
I know it's true, but
I don't even know what to do with this.
Getting into the grown-up talk already.
Okay. I'm literally just saying to pour all the crap together. I'm actually going to try not to say bad words, even though I frequently post things with bad words.
I sometimes cuss on my channel, but
I don't mean to swear so much. Shit happens. And there we go.
There it is.
That lasted really long. That lasted all of like what, 2 seconds?
Yeah, that was not long. Send this to some of my friends.
Yes, scissors. Because I feel like I'm just gonna like if I keep pulling this.
There should be scissors in that drawer behind you.
Yes. Do you want to get your hair cut? Oh, there's a cat.
No,
Where?
not by you.
Hi, Alice. I know. There's a surprise cake.
There we go.
Do you want a big cake with us too, cat? I'm still surprised your cat actually slept on me today. It's like
I know, that was really cute.
I died. I'm still kind of like internally screaming about this.
I don't know if all these people are free to watch this right now, but I'm like, the only way to get the word out. You know?
If I was actually like semi-popular, I would be like, hey, come watch this, but no one really cares about
People
me.
care about you.
Not on my website.
I care about you.
You're the exception, obviously. I flew my butt out here for 3.5, 4 hours to come meet you.
That's true.
So there are exceptions. Shouldn't have asked if you wanted a haircut like that because now it's stupid songs in my head.
Do you want to get a haircut? Come on, let's cut your hair.
Trim a little bit.
Just off the ends. Oh, crap, there's nothing there.
I only meant to take off an inch or two.
What
Now
are we
we're just
gonna do?
I think I need to get some razors.
Do you have a
Britney
razor?
Spears. That's not the best way. We need this. Needs a cup of water. Do you have vegetable oil?
I actually should, yeah.
And eggs.
Right. I think I have sent it to people who might be interested. All right. The stream that no one's watching. Well, I mean, to be fair, last time I said for like 2 weeks, hey, this is what I'm gonna do stream. And now I'm
It's like, hey, that's a surprise.
yeah. So, what do we need to preheat the oven to?
I think it's 325. 311. I have a roll of eggs.
Right. My hair looks really red right now. Let's see, 350.
Oh.
325 for glass pans.
Oh, that wasn't too terribly fun. And you said we need milk, right?
I think we might.
Is it water or milk?
Vegetable oil, eggs, and water.
Oh, my bad. Just kidding. This way.
I'm getting out the muffin tin.
Muffin tin. Get out the muffin tin. Oh, there's little people signing that there's people watching. Hi! Hi! I didn't know how to do this, so that was probably like, duh.
Yeah.
What's up? I have eggs.
Hey, Marin! What's up?
Hey, what's up? Hello.
You should see how excited she is about the greenery here. It cracks me up.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm from California. There is like half a state of just buildings or dead grass.
And for me, it's like greens, nothing but greens.
Literally. Like, I landed, I'm like, there's so much green.
There is.
And there's so much space.
Hey!
Hi! Oh, we're beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know you by username, but thanks for stopping in.
I feel like I should know that. I probably should.
There are just so many. There's so many.
Dancing.
I do my best. I'm looking for something to degrease the pan.
Okay, I'm gonna crack these real quick. Would you mind getting the vegetable oil? Oh, it's right there in front of my face. I can see. That's what these are for.
So what should we talk about?
I don't know how these work.
You talk about things. People hopefully want to keep watching you, and
hopefully I don't crack eggshell into.
How's everybody doing who's watching?
Oh, shoot, I just got eggs on me.
We're doing pretty good.
I am so excited. I don't know how y'all doing. I don't know how well they can hear us.
They can hear us pretty well, I think. I think you guys can hear us, right? Because the microphone looks like it's picking up stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna. You should have did this before it cracked open, right?
Yeah.
Planning is not my forte. Planning is not my forte.
This is what happens when Logan and Patton bake together.
Rivers is doing good. You said that's Marin, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Marin is doing good. Good. Yeah. Oh, and I got a star. Hedda stars now here watching. Do you know that one? That one was from the last one. I remember that.
Oh, shoot. I feel like I should. Hi. Nice to see you again.
I remember talking to you. Had a star somewhere along the line on the last one. When did you do your last one?
I baked a cake.
We're gonna bake a cake. Go live. Because, you know, we're the absolute culinary.
We're dorks.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Fuck.
It's okay to be a dork.
I apologize if profanity is not your thing. I'm going to try not to swear.
Cussing a little bit on this channel. It's
going to try not to swear, but your level of cussing and mine.
Yeah.
Mine has become part of my language.
Heart back at you. Thank you.
That was a horrible heart. I'm sorry. I have eggs on my hand, so.
If you could only see the eggs.
But I can. They're right here.
I
have excellent vision.
No, there's a song. And it goes, if you could only see the way she loves me. And for some reason I thought, if you could only see the eggs. And like my brain just stopped there. It didn't make the rest of the song.
It's okay. I almost cracked egg onto your floor.
I
didn't. It was the last egg. We're safe. I probably should let you do this part.
You should tell them what you think of Indiana.
I love it. It is so pretty out here. Oh my God. I don't know how many of you guys live in like a very highly populated area where there's like nothing but buildings and like little tiny strips of grass. But here there's like all grass and like a ton of trees. And it's usually really like pretty blue skies like after it just rains, but all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, we did get a really rocking thunderstorm. I was like, oh my God. Because I live in SoCal. So thunderstorms are even rarer than actual rain, which is already pretty rare as it is. So it's probably like, why is she excited about rain?
Yeah, I got in the shower.
We never get any. The closest to rain I get are sprinklers in my shower. That's as close as that goes. Okay, you got the water.
I got the water.
And I need the oil. You didn't put oil in, right?
No.
Okay. I don't think extra oil would taste good.
We're making yellow cake.
With chocolate frosting.
I'm not even like hungry for cake at this point.
I'm from Arizona. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Us Californians, heard about your guys' summer last year, and we were genuinely mourning you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I heard about like fences
Things
melting.
Yeah. The trash cans, street signs. People were legitimately baking steaks and stuff on the street.
That's
because
crazy.
it was hot. And I was like, you know what? At least we're not Arizona. Cheers to you with olive oil. For surviving.
Don't drink olive oil.
No.
Good thing I don't leave the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
when things get to 120, no. I don't even
things
leave it at 110.
don't get that hot here, but they do get hot here. But we get humidity really bad. That's one thing I'm gonna go to.
Oh, that's 100. Never mind. I'm trying to read. Ignore me. Listen to her.
In Indiana, we do get really bad humidity.
I didn't know this wasn't open.
You cooked eggs outside? Did you cook eggs outside or inside?
I totally take it.
If I could cook an egg on the sidewalk, I would just to do it. Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
It never does get hot enough out here to cook eggs outside.
Someone literally put cookie dough on like a pan in their car, and we're legit baking cookies.
That is terrifying. Oh my God.
Yeah. Nothing like the desert.
Yeah.
Even if you try to urbanize it, like our state does. Needless to say, I didn't actually want to go to the beach.
Okay, here's an unrelated question. How do you guys feel about eating raw pancake batter? It's a question.
What is it with you and the pancake batter?
It's not that weird. But you would. Okay. I got somebody on my side. Thank you.
I never said I wouldn't try it. I told you I would try it. I just thought it was a little peculiar. But then again, I eat peanut butter and cheese sandwiches, so.
Yeah, well, the people I'm dating look at me like I'm a heathen, so. Like, legitimately, like, James's face was just, like,
okay, most people are like,
peanut butter and cheese? What?
Yeah, peanut butter and cheese. Get a slice of Kraft American cheese.
That sounds awful.
You know, it used to taste good before they got all mushy and crap. Now it's just kind of mushy and sad.
Mushy cheese.
Yeah, I don't really care for it anymore. I have to find a better cheese substitute. It's not mushy anymore. It's depressing.
That is so gross.
What?
That is so gross.
You like oatmeal, which I think is gross. I don't bash you on that.
Oatmeal, at least, is like a thing other people eat.
Yeah, horses eat it too, basically.
Horses eat oats.
I will blame my lack of sense of smell on most of this.
Yeah, there's that.
None. I don't have a sense of smell.
Yeah.
At all. So.
Well, you almost smelled something earlier.
I
right?
know. It was so like. It was exciting for 2 seconds and it was gone.
I don't have anything to degrease this with or grease it with.
Just use olive oil. That's what we do. Yeah, just get a paper towel. Yeah.
I was gonna use lard and do that, but I don't know where my lard went. Such a Hoosier. Yeah.
Okay.
That's such a Hoosier thing to say. And where's my lard? Like, oh my God.
I don't know why that's so funny. Give me a second.
You know where my lard is? Amber.
I don't know. Did you check the yard?
Did I check my yard for the milkshakes that bring the lard milkshakes that bring the boys?
Milkshakes bring the boys the yard.
Dang it.
Go find my lard.
It's better give you your regard.
Teach you, but you have to. But I have to. Okay, I don't say anything else yet. I'm sorry. I am very weird. We have 2 people now. Still. Uh-oh, we lost someone.
She says sorry for everything and does lots of things that she doesn't need to feel sorry about.
They do too. They're no better.
Logan. Yeah, well, I'm aware that I have issues.
I am too. I never said I didn't say sorry too much. I apologize for apologizing.
That's true.
I am very hyper aware of that. Oh my god.
My cats have accepted her.
They have!
Which is precious.
Oh, I am dorks.
And
also, Merritt says sorry way too much. Dude, right? They're like, stop saying sorry. Sorry?
Yeah, I know. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm eating batter.
It's cake batter at least. You
Yeah,
probably could put more of that. Would that fit more? Or do you?
I feel like it'll rise too much.
That's fair. I live life on the edge. So.
Have you? Have any of you guys seen the new Jurassic World? Because we're going to see that after this. It's delicious. Thank you.
Cake batter is delicious. Cake batter is very delicious.
It's so good.
Brownie batter a little bit better.
It's very good.
I'm a chocolate addict. Or sugar addict, honestly. It's not even just chocolate.
I gotta admit, I'm not gonna eat any of this cake when I first bake it because I'm gonna be like, we had Wendy's.
Yeah. Late dinner? Marin has not seen it. Are you going to see it at some point? I've heard it's really sad. And good at the same time. So please plans.
For decoration of the cake, you mean?
Oh,
I actually don't have any plans, but we do have strawberries.
and we have chocolate frosting.
So we could cut the strawberries in half and make a ring.
I'm actually really good with cutting strawberries. I used to put strawberry slices on pudding, so yes.
Ooh, yeah, I love big monster movies, so I was like, I really want to see this, and I don't know anybody else who wants to see it, and she is in town the weekend it comes out, so.
Oh, my shoe's so shiny. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not used to doing this.
This is Patton. This is Patton in real life.
I get a little bit distracted.
This is Patton. This is definitely Patton.
I look the Virgil, but I act the Patton.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like Virgil's aesthetic though. It's all dark and gloomy and yes.
But you are a Patton personality-wise.
I know. I mother everybody on one. I can't help it. I'm just like, you need to eat and take care of yourself and drink water and come to me for all the things, but I won't tell you when I need the things.
I mother people who ask me for advice, but other than that, I kind of leave them to their own devices.
I try not to do that. I've actually had people get mad at me because I was mothering them too much. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I wasn't even aware I was doing it. I just care too much.
Well, that's why communication matters.
Yeah, they were rather angry, so that was very, very clear. Hey.
That's unfortunate.
It's okay. We eventually got on semi-civil terms.
That's good.
5 years later.
Wow.
I was a little overbearing in middle school. I hate middle school. This is so I've been told I'm very ladylike too. I'd be buying people and shit. Odd. If I had more money, I'd be buying people for all the time.
I had a friend like that in middle school and in early high school who like honestly like I felt kind of bad because she'd be like, oh, like, you know, I'd be like, are you sure, you know, you want to, like, she'd buy me lunch and stuff on field trips. And I'd be like, are you sure? And she'd be like, oh, I'd probably end up spending it on somebody else anyway. And I'm like, Kayla. Like,
yeah.
Not that it wasn't nice, but I was kind of just concerned about how much that there was.
That's one thing I'd love to do if I had the lottery. Like, I just
save
a shit ton of money and I'd help a shit ton of people. Because I'm like, what else am I going to do with it? Like, there's some mild things I do, like, you know, get my parents set up somewhere nice, get me set up somewhere nice, because California is freaking expensive. And oh my God, it's so expensive. But I digress. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I did it again. Now I'm like hyper aware of how much I'm saying I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've become a lot more aware of it over the past few days. Like, we both become Okay, so we both have some crap. And we do talk about it a lot, but like being in person, it's like, huh.
Like, oh yeah, that's not normal, is it?
This isn't a normal behavior.
Now we have like significant others who are like, why are you apologizing? Why do you think we're gonna get angry? This is a normal thing to do. We're like, wait, what?
It's like, I'm allowed to communicate with you?
I can feel things.
I can feel things. I can be mad at you from time to time.
Oh, that
like,
sounds horrible. I love that we're laughing while talking about this because we're so used to it. This is sad. I'm going to get my sun kissed because.
Yeah, I understand that. Nobody wants to be really hungry or see anybody else really hungry.
Oh, is there a comment? I did not see.
Yeah, from Hedda.
Oh, I am sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to feed everybody.
Yeah. Definitely understand that.
That's what I grabbed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel so like.
Yeah.
How do you do this so much?
I've only streamed once before. You mean, how do I make videos? I have things I want to say, and this is a good platform to say them.
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, like, I've made them my whole life, and I like how other people make videos, and I would love to get more popular at it. And everybody has a perspective that only they know, and the only way for people to learn from that is if they're willing to share it. So,
touché. Yeah. It's
fun. Oh, you know what? We could do the interview thing.
Oh yeah, that's a thing, huh?
Yeah, we could do that right now. All right. So, you guys ready to get serious?
As we dance, very unseriously.
Yeah.
See, I'm not the only one that can't dance seriously.
Real life legality is interesting.
Logic cat.
How long do we bake this for?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
What size is that?
Yeah.
It's just. Why did it ask for 2 rounds?
Pterodactyl sized.
It's saying 2 round cake pans.
I don't have 2 pans, so.
But 30 to 36. So if it's only 1, should we check at like 15 to 20?
Yeah, we can do that. All right.
I think that's how this works.
You should probably sit down.
Oh, okay. What is that? I hope this comes out okay.
Oh, shit, there was a cat there. All right, so this is probably the most raw interview we'll ever do on this channel because it was kind of unplanned, even though we talked about it. Okay. In your own words, what do you deal with that you would say other people may or may not deal with in their lives?
What do you mean? Like, mentally?
Yeah.
Well, I know they deal with it, but I got depression and probably PTSD-induced anxiety. I don't know if it's really just on its own or if it's from everything else. Probably from everything else. They really didn't get it till high school, which is when the shit or crap hit the fan.
You can say shit.
I'm trying to behave.
Appreciate that. Okay. So, like, high school, did anything, you said stuff changed at that time. What do you think brought that on?
Oh my God. If you ever want an idea of what not to do relationship-wise, come ask me. I have a knack for trying not to do things wrong and then doing the wrong things and dating the wrong people. Just like how you were like this and now you're like this. I was trying to avoid this. Fuck.
I do think it's important to recognize that, for one, you were young, and 2, once you get into like your first serious relationship being something that it shouldn't be, it kind of lays, a not very good foundation.
Definitely, especially since it started in like 9th grade. It just kind of kept going from there. Yeah, that was fun. It's actually interesting. I didn't even realize 90% of it was a thing until I was talking with my current boyfriend. He's like, that's not normal.
Yeah.
To like everything. And it's just like, oh, okay, that was normal, but cool story, bro.
Okay. So I know you struggle with depression.
You still self-harm a little bit, not as much as I used to. I'm getting better.
Yeah, because we do talk about that sometimes and things like that. And, yeah.
Used to be worse. I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Do you think that like the theory of people self-harm because it releases endorphins is more real for you, or is it more a I'm feeling unreal and need to feel my body sort of thing?
I think, I don't know, I can't speak for everyone else, but at least for me, there was just this point where I'm like, I had so much emotions that I couldn't get out because I didn't have someone I wanted to talk to, that I kind of internalized it to where it's like, oh, this is my fault. I need to be punished for it. Or there's just that I need that release. And so I go to town. And then people started getting concerned. So then it became a how can I do this without people noticing it? So,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Marin. That's not a fun thing to relate to.
It's not. But I mean,
yeah, like, I don't know. Like,
it is a very real thing for a lot of people, though, and people don't talk about it. And I feel like it is important to talk about it because, you know,
if the endorphins were like a thing, right after you feel like shit again. So it's like
you do, and then you have to do it more to get that feeling back.
My entire arm, this arm doesn't have the same feeling as this arm. So as I discovered it, someone was trying to tickle my arm one time, and they're like, "You don't feel this? No." Oh, hello. Hi. You're doing real talk.
You're talking. Yeah. We're doing a talk about her experience with mental illness. So nice to see you. Hi.
We are also baking a cake.
Yeah, we're also baking a cake.
So it's not all going to be dark. We have some sugar.
Well, baking. There's dark and then there's reality. They're not necessarily one and the same. Yeah.
But,
so
yeah, if you guys do have questions for me or her, please. I really don't care about answering stuff. I'm annoyingly real.
Personally real, almost
really were that low. Yeah, it's hard watching them go through that. They've got a good. Like half my friend group.
It's yellow cake too.
Cake is nice and mental health. Hey, and then you combine the two. It's like
and
here
you eat the cake afterwards and hope that you're not eating your feelings because that's not super healthy.
It's not. Sometimes it's just like, you know what?
Sometimes it's nice.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Are you going on my luggage again? No.
My cats love your luggage.
So I'm not all that. I promise that I'd never start.
Good.
And if you do start, it's not something really be ashamed of per se. I think that was my biggest kick, was that I was so ashamed about it that it keeps starting the cycle over again.
I kind of got like with mine, I didn't really have the same experience. I was like, I wanted people to know something was wrong, and I didn't have the words to express what was wrong. I just had my body. And like, so I wanted people to see it. And at a certain point, I stopped caring if people were talking about it because everybody did, you know?
Oh, hi. I don't know you behind. But
yeah, sorry, I don't know everybody's YouTube handles, but I know for me, it was like, when I was younger, it was something I wanted people to see because I wanted people to see something really was wrong, but I didn't have the words to express it because you're like 12 and you're severely depressed and you don't know how to handle it. But then when like later in life, when I had those urges, I didn't want people to see it and I didn't want people to comment on it. Oh, I would hug you back. Thank you. But yeah, I know I feel like it's a very different like experience for me than it is for you, probably as the why. And that's why I want to know your why, because it is very different.
Everyone's why is different. I actually had my dad try to be like, is it for attention or something? And like, that honestly hurt the most because I'm like,
yeah,
I get plenty of attention from you guys. Like, I have a really loving family and good for friend group, which also added to a lot of guilt because I'm like, why am I like this? I didn't really register the relationship part yet because I was, you know, when you're going through it, you don't really realize a whole lot of what's going on until you look back and you're like, oh, yeah, that makes more sense. But yeah, it's just like, I'm not doing this for attention, you know? Like, if I wanted attention, I'd be like, hey, hug me. Because that's just the kind of relationship I have with my people, you know? That's just really cool. I'm really grateful. If I could, like, share my parents with more people, that'd be awesome. I feel like that would help a lot.
Amber's parents?
All my friends love my parents. Like, they're all like, oh, hi, Mom, hi, Dad. Like, yeah, you guys have a lot of adopted kids, just so you know. Yeah, they don't entirely know, I think, how many kids they've adopted. So, yeah. But, you know.
That is good, though, to have that kind of relationship. But I do feel like that's kind of, not realizing something's wrong until you look back. Yeah.
Oh, my God. The past 3-year relationship I was in. My friends tried. They did. And my family tried. They really tried.
Yeah, and people sometimes like they try to like people are like, why do people stay in abusive relationships? And there's like a lot of it is that like you don't see it, and when you do, you're like, well, he, and I'll say he because for me it was male. You'll say, oh well, he said sorry, he did this, he did that, and you're like, you want so much to believe that they are the person you thought you fell in love with. And you're willing to put up with just about anything like from them.
Or if you just have always been told you're the problem.
That too.
It's like, oh, it's always your fault. Well, I like, well, then
and that's a tactic of abuse.
Yeah.
And that's a very real thing.
It's hard. Well, I can't.
Yeah. But it is important to recognize it, and it's important to talk about it, because like a lot of times like in health class they're like, oh, abusive relationships are like
cookie cutter.
But there's so many different things that they can be, and there's so many different ways that they can really screw up your view on
everything. And I apologize in advance if I get very distracted. I'm not used to having cats run around. So
yeah, one slept on her earlier. It was really cute.
It was like, I've been accepted.
I do a video about cats if you guys want to watch that after this. But yeah, it is really important to recognize, because like I feel like if somebody had like said, hey, this isn't right, like at the time I don't think I would have recognized it, because I was so ingrained in, for me it was also like, this is the first person you had sex with, you're only allowed to have sex with one person. And there was also the like, this person asked you to marry them someday, and like you promised you would, and therefore you have to put up with whatever they throw at you, and that's not true. That's not how relationships work.
People say that, leave, run.
Yeah, well, that's just what I was raised with. Like, is that you don't get divorced, you don't leave the person you committed to, you have sex with one person. And obviously my views have changed, but I realized how damaging that really was for me. Like, that's fine for some people, but to be raised with the mentality of, if you do anything else, you're wrong, and the mentality of, if you don't leave someone who's abusing you because you committed to them, that you're in the wrong, like, that's not great.
Yeah, it's not. But yeah, I think that was the bad thing with my last one. Oh, hi cat, sorry.
Cat in the cabinet.
Things started out so nice, and it just gradually descended into hell. And there was a point where I'm like, this is so wrong. But at the point I was just like, but is it my fault? Am I just over dramatic? Because they were very emotionally, mentally abusive in that sense. So it was like, I see what my friends were saying, but at the same time I felt stuck, especially because at one point last year, their grandparent died, and they were like a primary caretaker for them growing up. So I'm like, well, shit.
You're like, this person needs me now, I can't leave.
And then I'm like, is this lashing out because they're in grief? Like, no, not that it's good anyways, per se.
But some people do that when they're grieving.
And they're not exactly the best with emotions anyways.
Yeah.
But then it just came to a point where I'm just like, I just want to kind of run.
I mean, it was racial.
You're not having friends.
Oh, I want to hug you real bad.
Yes, I want to hug you real bad. Hopefully that has changed.
I know. This is just like so many people have been through stuff like this, and it doesn't get talked about enough, because you don't recognize it until it's over, and you may not even recognize that, like, the way you're handling conflicts, at least for me, like, I had relationships for especially in college and like things like that, where I really didn't handle conflict appropriately, because like I was in this view of like, oh, this is what's normal, and it really wasn't. And like,
yeah, it has gotten better.
I'm so glad it's gotten better. It's just like you see one thing and you're like, oh, like surely this is how it's supposed to be, because that was your foundation. And it also depends on, I think, to some extent, the home you grow up in and what you see your friends. Like, I don't feel like there's enough intervention for people in emotionally abusive relationships. Like, if someone's hitting someone, then they're like, oh, yeah. But if someone's, like, emotionally abusive and people are like, well, like,
is it that? Or are you just being dramatic? Especially if it's us women or female identifying, where it's just like, you're emotional, it must be your period. And it's like, I will rip out, your insights and see what you feel. I'm not actually going to do that. That would take too much work, but I only realized recently, because I looked through some old diary notes from that time, I was like, well, shit, that was worse than I remember. Right? Like, I had times where I actually, like, documented things, or, like, I wrote through poetry about things, and I go back, it's just like, oh, my God.
Why? I know someone who wasn't sure if their relationship was emotionally abusive, and so what they started doing was taking screenshots of the conversations they would have and, like, writing down exactly what their boyfriend had said. Yeah, it really does. Yeah. I guess that's what this is about now. But, what would happen was their partner would say, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Like, over and over and over. They'd be like, you're making it up. You're making it up. And, they would be able to pull out the receipts because, like, it was just really bad gaslighting. They felt like they were losing their mind. It's crazy.
I'm sorry, Hedda. I don't know what your username is on Tumblr. I apologize. But they had an unfaithful, summarizing for that, they had an unfaithful partner who had a friend that told them when he called them hi and said that they loved the friend. They didn't leave before because they were mentally unstable and held that above them. I've had that happen where it's just like, I'll kill myself if you leave. It's like, please don't do that. I've actually had that, and that was like a year-long relationship. That was fun.
Yeah, I had my worst boyfriend did tell me that. I did tell someone, I was like, if we break up, it will send me into a depressive episode, but I'll take care of it because I know that it will send me into a depressive episode to be broken up with. Like, but that's not. I'm like, that's my responsibility though, and I fully recognize that. Like, and I think I recognized it at the time too. Yeah, I totally agree. Like, when people
that shit.
Like, people are like, oh, it's the experience I had recently that I did in fact talk about on my channel. Not my channel. Well, I did talk about it here, and I did talk about it on Tumblr, where someone was like being really smothering with affection, and then they would be like, oh, it's my BPD. Like, it.
Boundaries are boundaries.
You have to recognize where the mental illness stops and you begin. Yeah. I've seen it in people before, or like people are like, oh, like they get all like cutesy about it, like, oh, like I'm like so like, when you're depressed and you do this, and people are like, yes, and like, and to some extent that's like relating, but it's also just kind of insulting,
Or the whole, oh, mine's worse, and like, it's not a game. It's not a competition.
It's not a competition. I don't know what you're going through, and you don't know exactly what I'm going through.
Everything's different. Yeah. We've also used the same excuses with my current girlfriend. They're best friends. Yeah.
Well, you can't also with that situation, the only person who can recognize if a change is needed is the person who's inflicting the abuse. No one else can make them do that.
Yeah. You can leave a horse to water. You cannot make it drink.
Exactly. Oh my God! Yes.
Oh my gosh! I want to punch those people in the face. And like, you don't know what you're talking about.
I used to.
That makes me so mad.
Run an entire blog that was just anti-pro bulimia, because people are like, they like reblog these like thin girls and objectify them, and like a lot of them really don't know what the hell that eating disorders are. And it just drives me up the wall. I'm like, these will kill you. Like, and people are like, but I want to be away from. I'm like, no, you have no idea what this will do. You have no idea what this will do to your body. Like, I have heart problems, and I'm not even like actively bulimic right now. But
or the whole depression, staring out the window dramatically.
Like I'm in a music video, and like
magically
sometimes it is that, and when
it's like that's like, okay, like, yeah, that does make you where you don't want to do things, but like, it's not pretty, it's not cute,
it's not.
Anxiety attacks aren't just like crying that are quickly like hugged out or something. I didn't know I had anxiety because I'd never actually seen it until I met someone who has extreme anxiety.
Yeah,
and it's just like, I know that.
I did see, Hedda, I did see there's a really interesting book that I feel like is a good spiritual successor to Wasted by Margaret Hornbacher. I don't know if you've read that, but
It was cool to see. Oh,
Mm.
well, you didn't know. And like,
Yeah.
especially when you're 6 to 8 years old.
Yeah, don't be
Don't
so
talk
hard
about
on
it.
yourself. But
The things I said when I was 6 8 years old. We'll get into that later because it's a funny story.
curious. But
it's funny.
the book did point out there were like a lot of anorexics are kind of in a wanorexic stage when they first start out. It is really good, but it is really hard read if you have an eating disorder. The book that's kind of the spiritual successor is called How to Disappear Completely. And not once does she actually talk about her behavior. She talks a lot about the modern culture of romanticizing this extreme thin body and how harmful that is. And it's really interesting because she does have an entire section on like how wanorexia or pro-ana has become a thing. And a lot of times people who are pro-ana, who are just starting out in eating disorder, they really don't know what they are doing and they really don't understand what they're doing, but then it goes too far and suddenly you're in the hell of an eating disorder. And it was really interesting to me because I really hadn't thought of it that way, but if you have an eating disorder, I wouldn't suggest reading it because it can be very triggering. She's very graphic. It is also wonderfully written. If you don't have an eating disorder, it is a really good read because it's a good window into a world that you won't really see otherwise. Like there aren't a whole lot of standout books about eating disorders. So there's that.
Which isn't really surprising considering it's murder.
Well, that and eating disorder memoirs typically sell because people, yeah. I think the reason they sell is because people are looking for tips. And they're looking, one of the unique things about being a person with eating disorder is that we look for ways to get sicker, especially when we're in that mentality of the anorexic. But I don't know, it's really interesting. It is really, really well written, and she's probably my favorite modern writer. But it's also, she's expressed regret for how graphically she wrote it, which is really interesting for sure. Anyway, that was dark, but educational.
Quick question, you just set a timer for that, right?
No, I've been looking at the clock,
cool.
But I should check on it.
She's gonna check.
See if you can find it, but I think my parents won't exactly approve. Yeah, they might not.
Yeah.
It is a really good book, though. It's oh my gosh, her use of language is fantastic. Oh my. We have a dumb cake, my friends.
So funny story time.
Yes, funny story time. Let's lighten things up a little bit.
When I was little, back before, fast food was,
well, let me poke it.
Yeah, yes, let me move this up. Oh,
that's
general knowledge of it. Hey, so always resources out there.
It's not done yet.
It's not done yet?
It's not done yet.
That was still kind of squish.
You go down in the oven with you.
Is it still mushy inside?
Yeah.
That's odd because the top looks so done.
I know, the top looks really done, but look at all this batter that came off.
Oh, gross. Yeah. That's still got some time.
It's not, yeah.
Almost cake.
Give it 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, but funny story. Back when I was literally anywhere between 4 to 6, I really liked Taco Bell because I freaking loved it. Look at my crab. Take a look at my crab claws. Didn't you sing that earlier?
Take a look at your what?
Crab claws.
No.
No? I'm saying something like that. Oh my god.
I think you did.
The song is good. I don't know that song. But I also really liked the idea of having a family. I didn't know where babies came from, obviously, so this is where it gets funny.
Where is this going?
This is my parents asked me what I wanted to do when I grew up. I wanted to own a farm so I could cook fresh Taco Bell and own my own. Have a giant ass castle and have 14 kids. I had no concept of where babies came from. I just knew I wanted a huge family. As soon as I learned later on in life how you have children, I'm like, two's good. I'm not pushing out that many. Oh dear God. So yeah, that was my 5-year-old who loved, Mexican food, but wanted to make it healthy, but wanted her family together and have a huge family. So there's my fun life story you didn't need. But
you didn't need that. That's specifically what I needed.
I was a very creative child, so that's just
okay. What you just said though made me think. Like, bear with me here, but take a look at my crab claws. They're the only claws I got. Now I'm much of a crab claw. I never seen the claw a lot. I'm
so dead. Yes. Fun fact, we're moving to a horse. Horses.
That sounds
I rode a horse once. It was mildly terrifying, but really fun. I got like the biggest horse. Right? It was like, oh, this one's great for new riders. I'm 5'4".
Still taller than me.
Barely. And it's this huge barrel of a horse, and I'm just like, how am I getting up on this? Oh, you have a pony? That's so cool.
I think I knew that. I think you told me about that.
I did know that. That's awesome.
I think I did know that, but sorry, I talked to a lot of people, but I have never seen a pony in real life.
Big horses tend to be
I've seen the smaller ones.
Yeah.
I have ridden a horse once. I don't know. It was very slow, and I was very scared because I forgot how big horses are. Oh yeah, I think you have. I really do think you have.
Her profile picture is the horsey.
Oh, okay.
That's so cool. I liked it once I relaxed enough to not make the horse nervous.
Yeah.
But it would like do that thing where it like just kind of kicks, and I'd just be like, oh god, I'm gonna die.
She's Irish.
Taking lessons in horses are fun.
Yeah.
They're really cool.
They're beautiful, massive. Like, I feel like they're mythical creatures, honestly. Like, no beginner's horse though.
Oh yeah. A little feisty, a little sassy. I love
it. You guys ever seen that post about like what every horse movie is like? There's some girl that gets in a fight with her mom, and then she's like, there's this horse, and the old man Rivers is like, that horse ain't gonna let nobody tame it. And then like basically the horse like goes out and like jumps out in front of a car so the girl doesn't die, and the mom's like, maybe it's not a bad horse after all, and it just cracks me up so bad.
I was like, get creative. I'm sorry. I'm very bitter with the movie industry right now. It's been very repetitive and crappy and horrible for the most part.
We're gonna go see a movie.
I hope it's better than I'm anticipating it to be.
Yeah.
I thought Jurassic World was better than I thought it was going to be. But
yeah, Jurassic Park is fun. Like, if you... I'm very entertained.
I can tell.
Kind of reminds me of my cat. Except my cat screams. So.
She does though.
She's very talkative.
She's very talkative.
I'm going to see if I can find her and have her say hello.
I think did she go on a chair again? No, she did not. She was on a chair earlier, and I pulled the chair out and scared the crap out of me.
Well, sorry.
One of the people liked your cats.
What?
I like your cats.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty great. They're somewhere around here.
I know one was in the cabinets for a bit. They were both going into the different cabinets at one point, and I almost cried.
Now I'm just curious.
Like, of happiness. But I felt bad because she was talking serious. I'm like, I gotta stay quiet. But I like want to laugh because one's going in one cabinet. The other was right next to it at a different cabinet. I'm just saying, maybe she's like, why are you guys? I don't know. Alice. I love cats. But
at this point, I'm just curious. Like,
if you go to her page, there's like a video and a picture of me with the cats because we didn't really think they'd take to me. Well, we knew Alice would because there's a cat somewhere. Oh hi. Here's a cat. Hi, Kay. This one's Alice. She warmed up to me pretty quick and actually laid on my lap. It was just like, see it.
Oh yeah, you saw the video?
Yes.
Gizmo playing fetch.
And
that is a loud purr, baby.
She's happy. And then Gizmo, who you can't see but is by her feet, is like afraid of everything and is actually let me pet him. And I'm just like, I've been accepted.
My pony both screamed and got up on her hind legs 6 times.
I also scream and
get on your hind legs. As opposed to
bite. Good. Oh, Gizmo's looking at me like I'm going to grow a second head. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's not a
Okay.
fan of sneezes or coughs. What do I do with this piece of hair?
But the kitty is so cute. The cats are adorable.
They're
And
very
they're
cute and
soft.
they're very sweet and I love them very
And
much.
apparently Gizmo likes to gallop around.
I will pass my love from you to them.
pass my love. I can't. You want to check the cake with alligator nuts? Making me think of Harry Potter with the
Really?
pincers. Pincers and things. When he's all hyped up on
Oh, yeah,
love
you're
juice.
right.
I forgot what it's called. What's that called?
Felix Felicis?
Yeah. Her
love potion?
nickname was Squeaky because of her constant squeaking. That is an
That is
adorable
cute.
nickname. That is the best. Esmeralda. Ooh, fancy. I like that name.
That is a very pretty name.
It is. Okay, is our cake actually done this time?
If I had a daughter, I'd call her something fancy as fuck.
I hope my husband, when I get one, is good at naming children.
You get the one I think you're gonna get.
I hope so. Oh my god, I hope so. I'm like super head over heels with my current boyfriend, and he's
head over heels for her. It's very
more
cute.
than I actually used to. He actually treats me like a person, guys. Big surprise. They still exist.
Yeah.
Oh my god. My kitty screams when I ever open.
She knows. Yeah. Alice will also she also likes crinkly sounds, and she eats dryer sheets. For some reason.
So that's why you said you stopped using them.
That's why I stopped using them, because she was choking.
Oh dear. And now she's rubbing it behind. Oh, baby. She's like, I'm a baby. Right. Am I not giving you enough attention? I'm sorry. You're so cute. Oh, goodness. Is it good?
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for it to cool down to ice, obviously.
The cake is actually baked this time. We are good.
Yeah.
He was a street cat, so I don't blame him. And then the other cat too. I don't like the cuddles. Yeah, not all of them like the cuddles. My current one is kind of both. He's afraid of everything, but my mom has gone through to him, so he's basically her shadow and will take all the love from her and run from me.
This cake is so fluffy.
That's so fluffy because it was extra moist. She doesn't like that word. I'm sorry. Yay, cake. Name is Yardley because he has 3 feet. Ha! Because he hardly has any feet. That's probably not why. Oh, because you have 3 feet in the yard. I'm smart.
How?
Bonnie loves
How? Well.
Oh! That cake doesn't need a proper bottom.
Nah.
The bottom.
Oh,
you gotta show them this. That is really
so. This is what happened. Lilo, are you okay? Am I ever okay? I mean, it is baked, but yeah.
It's going the same place anyways. So I bet you if you could scrape that off, you can kind of lightly glue it with some of the frosting. Yeah, I may or may not have had to do that before with entire pieces of cake. I don't generally have the best of luck baking nice moist cake.
What happens when you don't have anything to properly degrease your pan with?
Well, we use olive oil, but it works. Can't tell you.
It mostly works, yeah.
Apparently, Hedda has done this quite a few times. Yeah, I've had entire cakes decide they want to fall apart, so I'm like, you know what? Just get some frosting and shove it in there and put it together and then go over it real quick and hope and pray.
I'm actually usually really a good baker, but this isn't from scratch, so.
I would probably be better if I actually did it more.
Yeah.
I can do cookies. I can bake pie, which is ironic because I hate pie.
I can't do pie crust.
I can.
I can't do pie crust for my life.
Also choose
some bottles, pick stuff up.
Oh, that's
so Alice plays with straws. She doesn't want toys. She's like, I want straws. And I'm like,
she was eyeing my straw in my cup earlier. I'm like, I still need that. You can't have it. And she looked at me, she's like, fine, and walked off. I'm like, she literally was just like, and walked off. I'm like, yeah, you can't have my straw. I'm sorry.
And we are going to have to wait for it to cool off, though. Only muffins. That's so specific. What kind of muffins?
Candy. That's funny.
That's interesting. It's probably, maybe, is it like the crinkly wrapper? Because that's what my cats get really into. Chocolate muffins, specifically.
Chocolate.
Okay.
After my own heart. I love chocolate a lot.
I prefer vanilla.
Made a rainbow cake for your school project. That's so cool.
That is actually really cool. I really want to do one with a rainbow glaze.
Ooh. I know my brother had to do the state projects way back in the day, and they made a cookie cake of Iowa and actually did really well with it.
Science. For science. Got a Rhett and Link moment in there.
I don't even know. Question mark? Oh, I just.
The spaghetti shaped ones.
I'm
Oh,
seeing if it's the boyfriend.
huh. That is weird.
What is?
Oh, the cat plays with spaghetti shaped candy.
That works. Cats just like what they like.
Cats are odd little creatures, and I love them.
I don't really want extra work time on these days. Amazon,
Oh,
go away.
No, I mean,
I work at Amazon.
your English is amazing.
Mm.
Maybe I just don't know. Maybe we just don't have that candy where I'm at.
Spaghetti shape.
But your English is great. Like, don't worry about that.
Oh, you mean like the sour straws? Where they're like the red, blue, or green, and they have like the sugar on them? They're
Maybe-
like straws? Is
Maybe
that,
Twizzlers?
or maybe
I
Twizzlers?
don't have sour straws here. I don't think we do.
that's not a California thing.
Maybe.
Oh well. Dude,
Oh. My cat,
It's too racist.
Gizmo, will like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Sorry,
so that's what they are. Okay.
Yeah, they're
Gizmo will literally like carry my shoes across the room because he pulls on my shoelaces. So
Yeah, they haven't quite figured out what to do with my sandals, thankfully.
yeah.
So, oh, Sour Patch straws. You guys really don't.
Oh
have
no. Okay,
them?
we do have those. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let me pull up a picture to double check. I'm sorry. I get stuck on things sometimes. So-
Your cats ate your hair before you cut it?
Oh, and they try to. I remember that.
Trust me, I would not know that English wasn't your first language if you hadn't told me. Like,
I had no idea, but that's so
Trying
cool.
to.
You're from Sweden. It's
I have a lot of
That's really
Swedish
cool.
ancestry, but I don't actually know that much about Sweden's history. So, like, I feel like I should learn more about that. But
Sour Patch straws.
there's like Swedish, Scottish, Irish, and I think German. And of course, I'm just an American mutt. So,
These things, right? Sour Punch straw things.
yeah, we do have those. Yeah.
Okay, I say if you don't have those, I'm gonna be shocked. That is not.
I
just
guess I just never bought them.
Okay, they're fine.
Yeah.
They make you pucker. But still, yes.
I am a dirty mutt.
You get free print for Most places outside of America tend to kind of get the cool things first. So
Yeah.
it apparently takes our people some convincing.
Yeah.
This country. Anyways, mostly Scandinavian. Heck yes.
Huh.
That is
That's
awesome.
like what came back on my uncle's DNA test. Maybe we're like distantly related or something. That'd be crazy.
Cool. Yeah, I don't have any. We've been in America for so dang long. It's ridiculous. My dad has tracked us since we came over to America, apparently. So we're mostly British. It's nothing fun.
We can't really do that with my dad's side of the family because I don't really know a lot about my grandpa's family because he passed away and my grandma was adopted. So we don't really know. Like,
Ancestry.
yeah, that's the thing. I can't use it if I don't know. Like, you have to know people's names
You
and
can just
stuff.
look at you and see what you are. And
You could do that.
Yeah.
Could do that.
Good times. It's cool. How long do we have to wait for that to cool?
Till it's cool.
Thank you. That was very astute.
It's not cool. It might take a while.
Grandpa's from England. That is awesome.
Oh, nice.
My cousins just moved up to Canada. They married. Fun fact: my oldest cousin got married, and then my youngest cousin got married to her sister-in-law's cousin. So now they're cousins and sisters-in-laws. It's interesting. Same with my mom. Single mother. Oh, cool. That is
Neat.
awesome.
That is really neat. It's also just like, it's cool to like know that people came before you in your lineage and you became what was them, if that makes sense. I'm not going to have kids, but if I could, I would be like all about that. I'd be like, here's your ancestry. And like, I would want to know all about that for them. I feel like that'd be really neat, knowing your history, or the history at least of those who came before you.
It's cool. But yeah, my family wasn't really super close. So any fun stories got missed because my mom would send her kids outside. Or, sorry,
Your mom's
mom,
Mom's
grandma.
mom.
Not a fun grandma, honestly. She's the last one. But she always sent them outside when they talk, so she didn't really get to talk with her grandparents. Yeah, she's like, go outside and play. You kids are too loud, type of thing. So
Wow.
yeah, so she didn't really get to learn anything. And then my dad's been doing the ancestry obsessively with people, so Spain's pretty nice to live in because according to the recent survey thing, it's the best land.
Maybe I should move there because honestly, America's not the best in some ways.
And the way they're trying to make it great again is questionable, to put it politely.
Kind of fascist.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Very, very hateful, unfortunately.
Very racist and
we have
xenophobic.
I am freaking jealous of you. We do not have free school and free healthcare. We have free public education, kindergarten to 12th grade. And after that, you're pretty much fucked. I'm pretty sure that's how they get most of our money is through student loans. It's not uncommon for people to graduate with over $100,000 in debt from school before they even get to start the career. So
and then you have, like, God forbid you need surgery or anything else. Also, I think Sweden has an extradition treaty, so if I went there to disappear and just stop paying my debts, probably wouldn't work out.
We have student loans; those don't tend to be too large. Lucky. Yeah, it's one of those things where at least right now, if you don't get a degree, you're stuck in minimum wage jobs that don't actually give you the minimum amount you need to live.
Yeah.
So you have to work like 3 or 4 or live with people who are also working 2 to 3 jobs, or you get in massive debt because all the fields that actually pay money are very expensive. I got lucky that I want to do public education because that on its own, thankfully, because I'm middle class, thank God, we got to pay as we went, but that's easily been at least 10, 15,000. And I've got the credential program I have to get through, which is another 14,000 to go. And I'm white, as you can see, so I don't really get much in the way of grants and stuff because they're like, oh, you're white, you're middle class, you're good. I'm like, oh, not quite, but thank you. Not that I'm bashing people who need it. I'm glad people need it, get it, but it would be helpful. Scared to be an adult in America.
2 years left and I'm not ready. Yeah.
I don't feel like an adult.
It's scary. It's a very scary time. There's so much divide. Even if you lean really hard one way politically or or even if you're more in the middle, there's a lot of divide right now.
It's either this or that. People don't want to come in the middle and actually agree that sometimes the best route is in the middle and you have to make sacrifices.
Yeah.
But
we also have, I don't want to get too political because it makes me really angry.
Me too. As you can tell.
Yeah. Because it's safe to say, fuck Trump. But that's where I'll leave that. I think, my best piece of advice would be if you're not sure about going to college, don't go.
Or at least start in the JC, because at least in
or
California,
junior college or community college, you don't have to be oh, I'll go to a 4-year university. That's great. But if you're not sure about it, I know so many people who were pressured into it and then they have all this debt and they didn't get a degree and they regret it. And
I think
it's a very real problem.
Because I went to the JCs first because I really didn't know what I wanted to do. But I was it's also cheaper. I would spend at max $500 to $600 with textbooks while my friends were all paying $3,200-ish before textbooks per semester.
Yeah.
Sometimes more, depending on how prestigious the school was. So it saves you easily at least $10,000 going to a JC until you know, hey, this is what I want to do. Get the general stuff. Sometimes you do general classes that do double for major, like I did, and you just take fun classes instead. It was cool. So try that. And if you need more help, ask her to shoot, and we'll, do the talking thing. I can English. I graduated this spring, and I can talk.
I'm worried about her English. She can't even speak it.
I only speak English, and it's school is required till 9th grade.
So you guys have that where you have school, and then you guys call college what we would call high school. I think is what you guys have, right?
Gymnasium, which is required for most. That's an odd 3 years and free. That's good. Actually been worried about that. Oh heck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I've been the first person in.
Yeah.
Oh, bye, Maren.
Thanks for stopping
Be
by,
safe.
Maren.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you guys ever do need help with college stuff, like
She knows more about it than I do.
I'm the first person to graduate.
I will probably
so
talk you out of it, to be perfectly honest.
I'll give you a nice little balance of realism and
Yeah.
optimism because that's kind of how I think in general. But like,
I will give you a balance of
run.
Well,
Don't even know our school systems are like way too different. Yeah, that's okay.
fair.
But hey, you know, if you need help, I'm at least good at that. I'm going to be a teacher for elementary school. People say I'm good at teaching stuff and know things. So
this is taking quite a while to cool down.
Yeah. It's like almost 7.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we should have started early because cake's taking forever.
Yeah.
I have to frost it later.
Yeah, we might have to call it on the stream.
But anyways.
Well, I think we are gonna have to call it, but thank you guys for stopping in, and I'm super grateful that she's here.
Yeah, nice 4.5 hour flight.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Tomorrow you get to fly back.
I know.
I'm going to show her the Indiana State Museum tomorrow and the woolly mammoth that plagued my nightmares. So, yeah, it was really good to see you. We're not going to burn down the woolly mammoth.
We'll save the mammoth.
We're not going to burn down the woolly mammoth. I am so sorry, Artist Gracie. We're about to leave. We're about to call it.
Yes, but you have a nice hour and 5 minutes.
If you want to watch what was here. But thank you.
Random bad stuff behind.
Yeah.
And bye.
And some
We're
talking
gonna go
about stuff.
Watch a movie.
Yeah.
And watch dinosaurs roam the earth. Hopefully it's good. But I guess me.
I'm not gonna hurt the fuzzy elephant. She might. I'm not gonna hurt the fuzzy elephant. Thank you guys so much for stopping by.
And have a good day.
I'll try to give more heads up the next time I do a stream. This was really last minute.
Like hey, let's do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So
good night.
Bye. Have a good night. No, I'm not actually going to hurt the freaking mammoth. I promise. It was just a joke. Maybe.
Bye.